there any special instructions?
Oh, yes. Sure good. Is that fact or just personal opinion?
Personal opinion.
You're honest. Oh, you got your part.
No, it may any.
Right,
Mr. Hudson is your teacher?
So sorry.
You guys eighth graders or freshmen?
Seventh,
Seventh,
grade.
eighth, and ninth.
Seven.
Good job, seventh grade.
Yes, no,
Good deal, yeah. You'll be in seventh grade next year? I was in 3 years. I really like seventh grade. But I didn't even good looking girl.
Thank you.
What do you think he's on the team?
He doesn't know anything, I'm just here for the ladies. We're glad you folks are here. We're sorry that you have to put up with Mr. Hudson all the time, but, you know, that's the luck of the draw. Your last name Hudson?
No.
He's nice. No, he's
The one who-
when you go through closing ceremonies, you said it's like that closing ceremony?
Yes.
Is it? Well, here's the flag, right over there. Instead of that flag over there, use this big flag.
Okay.
Okay. At 13 minutes, the young lady back there in the yellow blouse, she'll wave her hand or something, this is what else time that she close. I will be the participating judge. I'm old and decrepit, so if I look like I'm gonna stand up, you call. If not, I'll tell the truth.
Okay.
All right. The fella in the back, he just walked in off the street. We have no idea why he's here. But he's gonna read your minutes.
May take an hour.
So you do good, because he gets that A, B, four, but
All
those
right.
big long words, he doesn't catch them.
All right, I can do that for you,
All
buddy.
right, you can do that. The young man back in the back, he's taking your pictures.
So it's not a video, it's just pictures?
I don't know what it is. He's looking at that little
Video, isn't it?
thing.
Yeah, it's a video.
Oh my gosh, all right.
And he will share that, but he takes bribes too, is if you don't want it, he'll erase it all and not give it to Mr. President.
all right, so if we do that.
Yeah, if you do that, you can bribe him on the way out. If you have one of these little cards with a green highlighted motion on it, then that's your motion to make. If you do not make that motion, Mr. Hudson will not be happy. If you have one of these little cards that doesn't have anything green on it, you just sit back and relax, because the world is good. I will, when I get those passed out, you just keep them turned over, and then we'll give you a minute to look at these motions. And if you want to start before that minute, you can just start whenever, we don't really care. But you do get at least a minute. At the end of this thing, you get a minute to do your, finish up your minutes and all that stuff.
Did you tell about 13 minutes?
Yeah, I told her.
We missed that
Why
part.
don't you two pay attention? At any rate. You have a good supper tonight?
Yeah, no.
Where you going?
It's wherever
I,
lunchtime takes
if
us.
it was my bets, it'd probably be McDonald's because it's cheap and we only get $8.
Oh my God.
So,
Everybody got one
What
of
the
those.
hell's our cheapskate? Time we said that.
all right.
Get that on record. Hudson, you're a cheapskate. Okay. You all have a card. Your time, your minute starts now. You can turn it over and look at it. If it's a highlighted motion on there, that's yours to make.
come to order. We are now holding a meeting of the South Decatur FFA chapter. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they're at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President. The signal.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties, sir.
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room paraphernalia, and I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As a flag represents the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to Puerto Rico and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties, sir.
I keep record of receipts and disbursements just as Washington kept his farm accounts carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among members and strive to build on our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the uniform.
Your duties, sir.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever the corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
You're right,
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being an order to the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time, as indeed arises. I hope my advice will always be based on true knowledge and right. Madam Vice President, why are you stationed by the plow?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist in all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over the meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the President so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 9 members present and 3 guests, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here?
To
Practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes, I now declare this meeting of the South Decatur FFA chapter duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. Madam Secretary, do you have the minutes from the previous meeting?
The third regular meeting of South Decatur FFA was called to order at 7:15 a.m. when Katie Gansberg presiding. There were 9 members present. The secretary's minutes were approved as read. Brianna Collins reported a treasurer's balance of $14,480.17. The first item of business discussed was the success of our annual fruit sale. The chapter sold over 2,000 boxes of fruits and apples this year. A motion was made to accept the same prizes as those received last year. The motion was seconded, discussed, and passed. The second motion was made to serve smoked pork chops at the parent member banquet this year. The motion was then seconded, discussed, and passed. The meeting was then closed with official FFA ceremonies.
Thank you. Are there any additions or corrections to the secretary's minutes? Seeing none, they stand approved as read. Are there any officer reports?
Madam President,
Yes.
I have a treasurer's report. Our beginning balance was $4,480.17. Disbursements, our tractor pool tickets, $787. Our FFA roster, $784. Our receipts for the dues collected, $720, with an ending balance of $3,630.17.
Thank you. This report is for your information only. It will be filed subject to audit at a later date. Are there any other officer reports? Are there any committee reports?
Yes, I have an SAE committee report. On March 12, 2015, the SAE committee met to discuss last year's summer SAE program. There were 17 students who completed the summer extra session and earned 1 credit each for their efforts. The committee felt this was a much-needed class, especially for those students who couldn't fit an agriculture class into a regular scheduled year calendar.
Thank you. Are there any other committee reports? Is there any new business?
Madam President,
Yes.
chapter donate $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation.
Under
Madam President, point of order.
Brianna.
To bring up a main motion, you must say, I move to or I move that.
Point well taken. Would you like to restate your motion?
Yes, Madam President. I move to donate chapter money $200 to the FFA Indiana Foundation.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we donate $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation. This motion is amendable, debatable, and requires majority vote. Is there any discussion?
Madam President.
Jalen?
I think this would be a good idea because we have a lot of revenue and the Indiana FFA Foundation would need this money to put on more contests.
Madam President.
Annie?
Madam President, I move to limit debate to have one for the motion and one against the motion.
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded that we limit debate to put one for the motion and one against the motion. This is amendable, debatable, and requires majority vote. Is there any discussion?
Madam President.
Annie?
Madam President, seeing as how we are restricted time-wise, is what we need to do.
Madam President,
Yes.
everybody needs to have a say in what it is, and so this would harsh all of us by not letting us all have a say in what it is.
Is there any further discussion?
Madam President?
Yes, Hunter?
According to this, we are a very small chapter and we do not have very much money, and with what we make, it's honestly not very much.
Order. We are on the motion that we limit debate. If you would like to talk about that motion, you can.
Yes, we would need to get this motion, we would need to talk about this now in order than later, because we have other things that we need to talk about.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, we will proceed to vote. All in favor of limiting debate for one person for the motion and one against, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion fails 2-6. We are now back to the main motion that states that we will donate $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation. This motion is amendable, debatable, and requires majority vote. Is there any discussion?
Madam President.
Yes, Dalton?
I think this would be an amazing idea because if we have enough money in our account, this would be an awesome idea to share this to the FFA Foundation.
Madam President.
Yes, Ally?
I move that we take a 10-minute recess.
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded that we take a 10-minute recess. This motion is amendable, not debatable, and requires majority vote. Is there any amendments?
Madam President,
Yes.
I move to amend the main motion, I move to amend the recess from saying 10 seconds to 5 minutes.
Point of order.
Yes, Ally?
I said 10 minutes, not 10 seconds.
I apologize. To change it from 10 minutes to 5 minutes.
Okay.
Second.
Is there any second? Okay. It has been properly moved and seconded that we amend the motion of taking a recess from 10 minutes to 5 minutes. Is that what you said, Bree?
Yes, ma'am.
This motion is amendable, debatable, and requires majority vote. Is there any discussion?
Madam President.
Yes, Brianna?
I think this would be a good idea because we don't necessarily have 10 minutes to give up, considering that we only have roughly 13 minutes to do the contest.
Is there any further discussion?
Madam President,
Yes.
we need to really take